All right, talking about electric vehicles, AI, technology. We always talk about coding. Now they say there's a no coding. The world is changing, has many faces, I guess. We are speaking now to a no-code developer. He's also a product engineer. Jonathan Oranu joins us virtually from Port Harcourt in Rivers State. Hi, Jonathan. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, hi. I'm glad to be here.
Great. So what's this no coding? I mean, we're all pushing the children, all through coding. It's the way of the future. And now you are a no coder developer. What's that?
Okay, so yeah, it's actually called no-code development, and it's an alternate means of building softwares instead of coding, as people know. So it's more of being able to build your software, maybe through telling the AI what you want to do and guiding it instead of actively having to write out every line of code.
So is this supposed to be an easier way compared to the coding?
It's not exactly easy because it's still technical, but is it is a lower barrier to entry. So I would not say it's easy because it doesn't necessarily mean that that anyone can just pick up a computer and produce something amazing with it. But it's a lower barrier to entry, and with the right training, yeah, it is going to be easier. I would say it's similar to maybe writing, right? We can all speak English, but it doesn't mean that I can be a novelist like like the next person. So yeah, it's easier to learn. It's easier barrier to entry. It's easier to create a product with it, but it doesn't mean that there is no learning curve to it.
So what's the advantage? Since it's, I mean, it's almost the same. You have to do the training, and it's not everybody that can actually adopt it easily like that. So why should I look the way of no coding just when I'm getting used to coding?
Oh yeah, that's an interesting question, I would say. Well, it's not exactly that not everyone can do it. It's more of that you would need to learn it. I would say in comparison to actual development, it will take shorter time. So there is shorter learning curve in comparison to development. And then talking about the advantage, this is typically more cost friendly to develop a product with, meaning that unlike the normal route of creating a startup where you have to have an idea, um, have millions of naira, or actually seek out investment from angel investors or venture capitalists. This time, since it is cheaper, you can actually create your own product as you like without having to incur a lot of cost. And this also means, and it's also faster to create products this way because you don't have to spend months writing every line of details as it happens with regular software development. This time around, you are able to actually create an app within days or hours. I've actually worked on an app within a weekend. So the major advantages I'll say are cost friendly and the time friendliness of it.
So I don't know, but in my mind, what comes is some of the consequences of this, just like you have an app where you can actually create music. But you see, the same way you have access to that app and you can create, I mean, from the lyrics to the beating online, somebody else can do it. So how is it yours when it's not coming from your brain?
It is coming from your brain. I mean, even with traditional software development, your idea, it doesn't people can have it. There is no company that I can think of right now that is doing something that no one else is doing. If it's social media companies, the logistic companies, or the fintech companies, your idea, it doesn't other people can produce it. So ideas actually do not mean mean anything in the world of development. So it's the same thing with no code development, right? Um, you have an idea, you direct your AI agent or your computer on how you wish to build it. You mention the features that you want it to do. It's not always correct the first time. So this is where you have to be a bit technical. You have to handhold it because even the AI we know is not perfect today. So you have to handhold it a bit. But like I said, ideas actually I dime a dozen. Everyone has ideas. There are close to 50 fintech companies in Nigeria today, and more are coming out every other year. So the ideas actually doesn't change anything. It's actually being able to create a product from start to finish, being able to validate it out, bring it to the market, and see that people want to use your product and solving a problem. That is what matters.
Maybe you should paint the picture for us. Give us an example of, a kind of business that I can do with this no coding, and I can start from, from maybe from beginning to the end and achieve it at a low cost, as you have said.
Oh yes, that's interesting. So actually, I have in last week, and this is just one example that I'm going to give you. Last week I was stuck at the airport for a couple of hours, and within those few hours, I was able to design or create a full web app for a client, and this was in 6 hours. And you would agree with me that being at the airport is not exactly the most conducive working environment. And yet I was able to create from scratch within 6 hours a full working web app where we had where the clients would be able to collect users' details and be able to make informed information using the users' details. So 2 years back or a year back, that would take a week, 2 weeks to develop, but I was able to get that done within the time that I was waiting to catch a flight. So that's interesting. Also, I have worked with several companies, and I'm not sure if I am permitted to say, but I've
If
worked
you
with a
don't mention
company
the name of the
just recently.
companies, Jonathan, as long as you don't mention the
Oh,
name of the companies.
oh, no, no, no. Yeah, exactly. So I have worked with companies even across Europe. So this is not something that maybe some Nigerians are pushing. I've worked with companies across Europe that have developed a consultancy platform using AI and no code. And one of those companies raised over 3 million euros this year in their Series C funds. And it was actually kind of impressive what they have been able to do. They have big clients, and I'm talking big four consultancy companies as their clients. So really, there's no limit with proper guidance. There's really no limit to what you can do using no code. You could do something as easy as an app for maybe a social media app. You could do an invoicing app, and you could do something even more technical using it. It's all about your level of usage or how advanced you are able to use it.
Yeah, and for small businesses, I think it all begins with training, but you encouraged us by saying it's not as expensive as coding.
It's not as expensive in the case that if you're going to hire a developer, let's assume you have a small business and you're going to hire a developer to maybe create a website to advertise your business, and maybe you want them to be able to take booking. You want to be able to take bookings using your website. It will cost you a bit in the millions, and then it would also take a week or two to get that done. But with no code development, and like I said, there is a lower barrier to entry. You could get this done way cheaper, and within a weekend you could get this done. You could have your business website set up, ready to take bookings online, ready to you could have like an AI bot as your customer care, whereby if users want to find out information from your business, they could chat with an AI bot, and if they really need to talk with a representative from the user, from the business, then they will be directed to you. So it's basically saves time, it saves you money, it saves you a lot of efforts basically. It's not it's not like a magic pill where you just tell the computer that do this and it just prints everything for you, but it's often needs some hand holding. But in comparison to actually hiring developers to do this from scratch, writing every line of code, this is 5 times faster and 5 times cheaper.
All right, thank you. I know we'd like to hear cheaper. Jonathan Oranu, no-code developer and product engineer. Thank you for sharing this with us.
All right, thank you.